I am now with Brian Person, who's with LiveWorld. And Brian, before we talk about LiveWorld, you have sort of some interesting background that you helped start.
I helped start the social media breakfast. And, yeah, it began in Boston back in the summer of 2007.
Right.
I've now moved down to Austin, Texas, and it's still going in Boston. It's happening here in Austin. It's actually gone on to about a dozen cities around the U.S., Canada, and even into Singapore. So
yeah,
it's really spreading, and it's a combination of, I guess, it's part networking, but what I'm really passionate about is the education part of it. So it's really bringing either one person or a group of people in to talk about a hot topic or an important issue in social media and giving people some real takeaways that they can leave and say, this is something I can apply, to my business, a best practice in social media.
Okay, tell us about LiveWorld, kind of what you're doing for some big brands.
Sure. I'm the social media evangelist at LiveWorld, so it's kind of my role to get out there, to come to events like here tonight in San Marcos and talk to people. We do social networking and strategic partnerships and strategic marketing, social media marketing for big brands such as American Express, HSBC, Campbell's and Kraft, and we really work with them one is to sort of build communities, but two is to really kind of take those communities forward to get them better in touch and communicating with their customers in meaningful dialogue. I mean, I think it's a big challenge for a lot of big brands to kind of have that open, natural conversation, and in part it's getting the people behind those brands to come out and start to interact either directly with customers or to provide them with a place on their site for customers to interact with each other.
So Brian, what are some of the things that you help companies do in terms of building communities?
So, one of the things is we really talk to them about, first of all, we're talking about goals, right? What are your goals for having this community? Having a community for the sake of having community doesn't seem to make much sense. So is it to build brand loyalty? Is it to get sales leads? Is it to create more buzz about your brand? What really is it that you're trying to accomplish? So that's one thing. Another thing is to have a really sort of community management plan, which means what is a way that you can welcome new people when they come into the community and provide them with kind of that place where they feel comfortable to connect with other people, maybe other potential customers, but where they can connect with each other in a welcoming environment so that they're going to continue to come back.
Okay.
To talk about things that are important to them. So that's something that we work with. And then I guess the third thing would be kind of talking about moderation issues, which is, so as messages, what is the tone of the community that you want to have?
Right.
And so that you can have some in there. In our case, it would be moderators who are talking about particular topics that they think would be relevant. So it's sort of that that whole component. Have your business goals, and then really provide a welcoming community for people.
Okay. So Brian, how do people find you?
Well, they can find me on a few places. They can find me on my two blogs, brianperson.com and also liveworlds.com/Brian, and then twitter.com/BrianPerson.
Hey, cool. Okay, thank you. Let's go eat some Mexican food, and thanks for your time.
Thanks.